Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new collector's edition Harry Potter set. So it's an 18 plus 76437. It comes in at 2,405 pieces. And you can see it's already built to my right hand side, which means the thing's already been unboxed. So if you want to check out the catastrophic unboxing video, that is already available within this playlist. So the focus point for today is doing a good size comparison of this set, having a good look at all the detail, all the accessories it comes with, and obviously taking a good look at the minifigures as well. So with that being said, let's get to it. Just to cover the basics, it comes with 3 different instruction booklets. You can see it also comes with a lot of stickers as well. It comes with 38 stickers in total, but each one of those stickers, it does tell a story. And then panning over to the left-hand side, that is all of the smaller elements are left, and you do even get a spare little plug as well, which is quite cute and handy. And it is my first ever set coming with this new style of paper bag. But as you can see, when the spare piece is away, it does fill up its own smaller bag. So take it with a pinch of salt. I've probably done something wrong, but you do get a good selection of spares. We'll move straight on to the main buildings themselves. Now, you do it in 4 different stages, and I have yet to put all 4 of these together, so we will be clipping these together as we go. With regards to the minifigures, all of these will be shown right at the end of the video, but we will start off with this. Now, this is a cool little build. You can see you've got all the really nice detail, the little flowers and everything just on there, and then you have got the nice trough. And of course, you get 2 pigs, which is always a nice little thing to do. So you can place your minifigures in there, do whatever it is you want to. And then on this side, you have got your watering can and other little bits and pieces like that. Now, it has got some pins on the back. So if you are wondering what this is for, in the instruction booklet, you can put this piece and this piece in 2 completely separate places, shall I say. And that is something that we will do later on in the video. We'll place these on both sides of the building because, for example, you can place it to the front, or you can place it round the side. So that is the first build. And again, like I said, you've got the trough, the pigs, and all the other little bits and pieces like that. For this bit, this is obviously what would have been the main front entrance or the side entrance. You've got the little ladybird just on the side, the little flowers, and then you've got all the other little lily pads and the other bits and pieces like that. And of course, as you've noticed, everything is stepped, everything is staggered, nothing is parallel. So if you've got any form of OCD, this set is going to drive you absolutely insane, but I love it. Right, so we will strip it down before we build it all back up and put it together, because even though it is super wonky, you can take all of this apart. But if I try and twist it around, just so you can see on that top level just there, just the amount of detail that is involved before we then come all the way back down again and take a better look at the bottom, because there is a lot going on this. Now, if you're wondering what that bit is, this is the bit goes on the back, and then it opens up as a flap. So we will be trying to figure all of that out as we go. So I will put you down, hands free, and we will try and figure out exactly how this comes apart, because he says it is modular to a degree. So that is the first bit. Then the roof comes off as well. I think that bit is then locked into place, because how this then interlinks with the next bit is very clever, because both of these rooms tie into each other. Because how you build it, this piece here is obviously from this building, but it gets shown on this bit just here, and then it stops it from falling off. But again, you've got all the little bits and pieces with regards to sweets. You've got spiders in there, and then obviously it just carries on going up. Or you can then come down to the next level, which toothbrush, toilet with water, toilet paper, put it on that way. You can obviously put it over the other way if you prefer. And then you have got the kitchen sink and all the other little bits and pieces. All these stickers are lots and lots of different Easter eggs within them, so I'm sure they'll be wasted on me, but I think you guys and girls will love it. That is one of the tiles that I got. It's a bit bizarre that you get 2 exclusive tiles to this set, which potentially don't have anything to do with this set whatsoever. But again, it's just a game that LEGO have always played with Harry Potter. And then as you come down, you've got all the stickers just across the top. So that is just one big sticker just there. And then you have this thing just here. Now, you might be wondering how this bit works. Well, it's all hidden just in there. That's it. So you just turn this and you are good to go. So it is that simple. So you can see it goes all the way up and it just comes all the way back down again. Now on this bottom run, you do have other little bits of detail as well. You have got just on there the bit that you push, so that is for the dishes, and then on the other side you have got all of the knitting and all the other little bits and pieces. Then as it carries on turning round, you've got some other little Easter eggs just on the side, just in there. So you've got all the drawers and things. And what I do like is this double staircase just on the inside here and on the other side. That gave a serious amount of detail and structure support. And it's very, very clever how they start to bend and twist and do all the little bits that they do. And again, with this roof, that all opens up so nothing is level. You can then shut that back down again. You've got the nice little window on the one side. Again, lots of different coloured windows on here, and then that leads us in, because I can't take that one off, to the first bit. So I will stand up for this. So you can see you have got the bed, you have got then just a nice little tile, and then on here it does says The Boy Who Lived, and it is the exclusive from the Daily Prophet. And then you've got a nice little lamp just on the top. So that's obviously one of the first rooms. The next room to have a look at is this thing just here. This is where it has the balcony. On the inside of here, lots and lots of colourful detail. You can hopefully be able to see that you have got the poster just up at the top. Then you've got the flame, then you've got a tree thing, then you've got an orange, don't know what that's supposed to be. Then you've got like a little trophy, then you've got 3 clocks. What they represent, I'm not 100% sure. And then you have got a bright yellow bed on that one. But it is obviously perfectly flush, perfectly flat. That's how you build it. And obviously that is perfectly wonky, so it will drive you insane. But if I then put this bit up on the top, as you can see how that bit is level, that bit isn't. When you then just push that back on, or should I say push it back on that way, it is on and done. And you would have seen how you have got the open bit on the inside, so you can then just climb up to the next tier, and then you've got that bit up on top. So yes, very, very, very clever. Lots and lots of detail, more hidden detail up in there and up in there. So the more you look, the more you can see with regards to the detailing of it. And it is surprisingly quite tall, which is a nice looking thing. So I do like the look of that. Now, on the inside just here, I'm actually going to strip this apart. There is in there something, and it is what looks like a crowbar and a blue thing of something, and I have absolutely no idea what it's supposed to be doing. It is the best view that you're going to get from it. You can't get from it from underneath, so this bit does remove off. You can see you've got like the little chocolatey tiles on there. That then just clips back on again, get that bit nice and level again. Spin them around, and then you can see what I mean about the roof. It's just all off. So you've got perfect at the front, not so perfect at the back, because you miss the gap on there. That goes side on, and that bit is done. And you've got all this really nice detail on the chimney just up at the top. So that is one bit done and finished. Next piece is this. So you've got all these weird and wonderful windows on the outside. I am almost 100% sure something's pinged off just there, because I don't think that's supposed to be on show. So again, take that with a pinch of salt. You've got these cool little bits and pieces on the outside, and as you come down, you have got all of the different stickers on the windows. And again, from underneath, you then build up all these little supports just on the outer edge. Door obviously opens up, and then there's a lot of colourful detail on the inside of this. And again, something that I do really like on this set is just all the crazy windows. So you've got the blue, you've got the white, it spins round, you've got wrong colour on the one side, all of these layers and levels. It's all supposed to be inside, outside, wrong way, right way. And then again with this, it's overlaid and underlaid. It's all sorts of different bits and pieces going on. And then you can see that it does then split back up again. So without me trying to snap it clean in half, we will take it apart, because it will make life just that little bit easier. So where does it come off? I think that is one piece. So that's one big chunk, and this is the bottom chunk. Now we'll go right from the bottom. There is a lot going on this. So you've got all the different seats where they can sit down. You've got the bigger chair, the smaller chairs, all the different colourful tiles where they can just prop their legs under. Drinks, strawberry cake, cheese, drinks, and all the other little bits and pieces. Then in at the back, you've got all this bright bits and pieces just here. So I really do like all the colours on this one. And then you've got some gold and red just at the little far at the back just there. And then again, you've got it on the other side as well. If I get a little bit more of a light in there, that might make it a little bit easier for you to see. So you can see all of the bits and pieces on the back right hand corner. So you've got the, just down in there, you've got a really nice blue transparent piece. And then as we come through, you've got lots and lots of stickers and everything just on that side. So this is where a lot of the stickers were used. All of a sudden, you have got in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stickers all get used basically at the same time. So if you really don't like putting the stickers together, I said this before, it's probably not going to be the set for you, but I think they add to the set. Moving on to the next bit. That light is so bright. You've got the different beds. Now the nice thing is on these beds is that one is completely made and one is not, and you can see you've got the different bits and pieces just up at the top. So you've got these little bits just here, and then that is very clever how that all starts to come together. Again, you've got the sloping roof with all these different texture on the side. You've got the nice little window, and then as it spins round, as I've just popped something off, that is then all of the other detail going across the bottom, so you can see just how effective that bit is. Next bit is this. So again, you've got the huge double bed on the inside, and again, it's not straight, it's all wonky. And on that, you've got the one window on the one side, and then you've got the one window on the other. And of course, the windows aren't level, and then you've got this beautiful bit of blue. Don't think the roof comes off. No, it doesn't. It's all attached. I was about to rip that off. That would not have been a good idea. Up on the next tier, you have got... So that's a bit of a better look at the nice bright colours. You can see the bookshelf, you've got the clock, all of the detail just to the right hand side, and then you've got all the windows and everything to the left. And as we come up to the next level, you've got all of that going on. So what's in there? You've got all the red. It's quite hard to see, I know, because it is quite a small space, but you can get a minifigure in there, but you would have to sort of rip it all apart to get proper photos if you wanted to. So it's a photogenic set from the outside, but not so much from the inside. But if we can just get this back together like so, that's another thing that I do like. This bit just here, you don't think you've actually completed it and finished and built it properly, but you can see that it goes over on that bit, and then it just slots behind, and then it just clips in, and then that is that simple. No idea where that bit's just pinged off from. I need an action replay. Oh, there. So there we go. So it's just on that bit, just on there. So again, I think there'll be a piece that's just pinged off with transportation from the building area up a set of loft ladders, and then that bit has come off. So we'll see if we can find that before the end of the video. Now, we will now clip this together for the first ever time. So you have got the pins at the back. They all then merge. You've got the clipping piece just there, and I think you've got one at the top as well. So if I was to then get that round, they're now both together, and then that just spins in. Oh, you've got pins at the top as well. So you've got pins at the top, and then all of a sudden, that thing now looks absolutely massive from the side. So again, from the front, does not make a difference whatsoever. It's skinny enough, and I'm sure it is not too far off a 16 by 16 base plate. We're a few studs. I would say we are 2 studs more than 16. So that is not bad at all. That is what I was guessing and trying to go by with regards to the information that was on the Lego website. So that's a stud just there. We are 2 studs over, and then you've got a little bit of an overhang on that side, but that is obviously without anything in, but which is happy for me, because I'm going to put this on the row of my townhouses. Now for that to work, this will have to go at the front, so that will then, how does this clip in? I'm assuming that slides in like so, and then you just pop it in. Yes, it does. So that will just clip on there. Let me get that back on. So there you go. So that is how that works. So that's nice and simple. And again, it's still flush. It's still flush to the floor. But if you don't like the look of it from the front, just on there, you can then just put this one in, because again, that's the tiles. That just slots obviously straight underneath. And then if you were to give it a good push, that bit will go in. You could, if you want to, just have that as a completely separate thing around the back, rather than having it on the side where it is photoed, because it obviously now eats up a serious amount of room. That's exactly how many, I want to see how much it takes up. You could just have it at the back if you wanted to, and I might end up doing that. So that is how I might have it on display. So that's how you might see it side on. I might put this at the front and have that at the back, or vice versa. So we will see. But we will now move on to the minifigures before we start to compare this to some of the other sets. So it's time to move on to the minifigures, and we're going to start off with Molly. Now, she has amazing print. She's an angry looking person on this pose, but you can see you've got all of the really nice vibrant colours across the top, and then you've got the really nice pattern across the arm as well. So you can see all of the really nice detail that is on there. Now, there's no leg print on this one, but the print does continue across the back. So again, really, really nice and effective with regards to the use of all the colours that they've got on there, because on the back just there they've got like a violet type colour, maybe more, yeah, but more of a purpley than a pink, and then you've got more of an orange in the pattern as well. And obviously you've got hairpiece, but she isn't always that grumpy. She does have a dual face, so we can now make her happy and smiley at last, and that is what she looks like. So obviously this is the first time that you have got every single Weasley in one set, and there is some brand new exclusive minifigures to this as well. But with regards to the printing on these minifigures, I think they do look very, very smart, and this is actually one of the only sets I've actually sat down and built in one hit. I did it in one sitting as well, so it was very, very enjoyable. Now moving on to Arthur, who happens to be probably my favourite minifigure in the world now, thanks to Jay's Toy Collection UK. So he is holding his rubber ducky, so that is a cool looking thing. But again, take the duck out of the way, so that is his striking pose. No print on the legs, no print on the arm. He's got a really good dicky bow, and then he's got really nice patterning on the shirt. So you can see all of the crosses on there. Then you've got all the different pockets and everything on the blazer. And then moving on to the back, you've then just got the normal creases that you would get on there. Now, he does come with a normal hairpiece as well, but I refuse to put that on. And you can see he is also a grumpy person, but we don't like that, so we will keep his cool hat on. From the side, it's got some length, so you can see that it's even got some creases in that, so they put some really nice detail onto that thing. So there is an inside running joke. There's only one person in the world that's going to get this, maybe two, but there is Arthur for all of our enjoyment, and we'll give him his duck again, so we'll put him back, we'll put him in his opposite hand this time, so that's easy enough to click on. Now, you got bat, actually duck does come in the bathroom, so that is where you can put that in, and obviously you can see what the next bits are. Now, I am cheating because I'm using the Lego website, so we've now got two new minifigures, and this apparently is Bill. Say hello, Bill. Bill, I have absolutely no idea who you are, but this is one of the first figures I have ever seen with a load of bits and pieces across his face. So you can see you've got the orange all down the side of his cheek just on there, and then you've almost got a, well, you've got a slit in the eyebrow, you've got a little bit underneath the chin, then you've got another bit on the cheek. What I also do like is the shirt pattern, because you have got a splodge of lighter blue across the top with the darker blue as well. Then you've got the really nice waistcoat with 5 different buttons across. Then you've got the untucked type of shirt going on as well, which is all creased and rippled. Really strong blue on his arm, so he does look great, and the hairpiece on this one does look very, very good as well. Then as it spins round, you can see what I mean about the waistcoat with the two-tone blue, and then you've got the zigzag pattern. Now, if I was just to take the hairpiece off, that is the secondary face. So that is face number 1. And then you've got the slits for face number 2. So again, if we spin that round and then just put that on, at least you can then see from the front what they look like with both. Moving on to the next brand new minifigure, which is this one. So I do believe this one's called Charlie. So again, say hello, Charlie. We have got a random element that he's holding. I'm not 100% sure what that is. I couldn't tell you for love or money what that is, but interesting choice of colours. Obviously, it is accurate to the film, but you've got the I've Had an Accident brown trousers with the darker brown gloves. I think he's the only character that is actually wearing gloves on this one. And then he's got more of a scatty waistcoat on. So you can see you've got the bits and pieces across underneath the collar, then it comes down into the open waistcoat, then you've got the gold with the white, then you've got the sort of two-tone, I guess, with the gloves and then the arms as well. But then the patterning continues on the back, which has actually got quite a lot of print across his back. So you can see again you've got all the different black with the different stitching, and then it looks like up at the top just here, that is where you've almost got like looks like teeth. So what those teeth are supposed to represent, again, I'm not 100% sure. Nice little hairpiece on that one before we take it off. Again, like all the others, you have got the two-tone face. Lots and lots of stubble on this one with a little bit of a split in the eyebrow, and then on this one, not so much happy with a little bit of a frown. So we will again spin these round and start making these a little bit more happy. So they are the two new additions to the set. I have absolutely no idea, and I would imagine that these will stay exclusive to this set. But again, as you start putting them all together, you can see just how different and detailed all of those are. I think they do look very, very good all grouped together, so you can get some really nice photos of all of those kind of things if that's the kind of thing that you want to. Now we'll move on to the next figure. So just going by what the Lego website is saying, because again, I am cheating, we have Percy. So Percy is the only one that is in his pyjamas. Why? Again, I have absolutely no idea. I think he was in the breakfast scene for about 5 seconds, wasn't he? So you can see, again, nice detailed of his PJs, two-toned of the blue, no print, obviously, on his arms or legs, but he does have the spiky hairpiece on this, and he's just got a bit of an open collar. Onto the side, all just the same sort of blue, and then across the back, they've even added print all across the back of the pyjamas as well. You can see there just how cool his hair is. So he's got either proper bed hair, or you can put him in the bathroom and he could be gelling it. Again, you've got that frowning, grumpy face that they all seem to have, and then you've got the more happy face across the front. Now, I can't leave it out because it is pictured with it. We've got Errol. Now, Errol is the owl, which is on the house just there. So, big wingspan on that one. You would have seen him stay up. You would have seen him... Oh, he won't stay up. Hang on. Quick thinking. There we go. So, we will put those two together. So, that... Try again. So, that is Errol. There we go. Sorry on that. That was a complete fluke. So that is the wingspan of that one. There's no print on the back of this one, but it does look very, very effective. Nice mould, actually. You can see that one just up on there. And then as it comes round, we'll try again for probably the 5th time. Has got a really nice print on the face. So it's got very, very deep gold on his eyes. So hopefully that's coming through on the camera okay, but really, really nice colour on the front. It's slightly different to some of the other owls that are included within the other Harry Potter sets. I think this one feels that it is slightly bigger, so I don't know if that's something new that they brought in since those sets, but that hairpiece is back on and you can go back to the side. Moving on to the pair. So you've got Fred and George. You can tell the difference. Fantastic. I have absolutely no idea. The only things that is different, obviously, is going to be the faces. So the jumpers, everything exactly the same. So we have got the same ripple, it's the same print. There's no differences in those whatsoever. You've got like the jumper slash cardigan, and again you can see it goes all the way across the back, and they are identical with regards to the printing on there. Just plain on the arms, play grey trousers, and that is simple enough. But I think they do have different faces. So you have got 2 variation of excited faces, and then as it spins round you have got a smirk, and this one should be teeth. So going by the Lego website, smirk is Fred, so that is Fred, and that is George. That is, if you want to go by that, but pretty sure it doesn't make a difference. But it is quite nice that they have given you 2 different faces, and we'll make them both super, super happy. And then standing at the front, again, the hair, everything else is exactly the same, and they do look very, very good together. So they are 2 good looking minifigures indeed. And again, just adding them in just with the randomness of this one, you can see the height difference. So you can see that we have got taller figures, and then you've got the shorter figures as well. So you've got the full adult legs and the full adult torso on that one. And don't forget, because Fred and George hadn't fully grown by this point, they were still taller, but they weren't adult size. You can see just the difference as we start putting those together. So for whatever reason, this one does look much, much taller than everybody else. I have got him clipped down. Yeah, he's still taller than everybody else. So yeah, the reason is no idea, but he does look very, very cool. It might just be the hairpiece just giving it away, to be honest, but that is those 4. So the team is growing and growing. Right, Ron and Ginny. So Ron is up next. Got a nice little pattern across the top. So obviously this one now is much, much smaller because we've gone full-blown child's legs on this. So we compare it to Mum. You can see we've got full adult body, and then we've got the little child's body as well. We've got the nice pattern across the top. So you've got the checker, then you have got a green jumper just underneath that as well. So that does come through very, very nicely. Again, from the side, it's just no print on there. And obviously there's no print on the legs. Now the legs obviously don't bend on these, which is a little bit of a shame because I know they have started to introduce bendy legs for the little ones, which would have been perfect for me because I want to get them into either a car or onto a theme park, and now I can't because the legs don't bend, whereas these ones do. So the 2 twins, so this is a little bit interesting now, just making this up as we go along. The 2 twins that are obviously slightly taller than Ron in the actual film are on slightly taller legs that bend. So I can actually use these two to sit down, so that's great. Then of course we have the adults, which do sit down as well. So for the last 3 minifigures, they've given us the older, smaller children's legs, just to give that height size comparison. So that actually does make sense, so that's all right. I was worried that it was all of them that wouldn't bend, but it is just going to be the last 3, and because they've done that, that does make sense. So you can see that is what Ron looks like. That is his sort of carpet looking hair that he tends to have throughout all of the film. And then on the back, he has got more of a happy face, so he does look a little bit more chirpy and smiley on there. Or we can have him just, for some reason, he always had that expression, didn't he? He always looked like he needed the toilet for some reason. So that is him just there, and that is what that one looks like. Now, Ginny, coming through for Ginny. Super, super long hairpiece on this one. Really nice, bright, vibrant colours on her as well. So we have got the really nice, again, violety purple colour all the way across the bottom. And then that, you can see how that leads up into the belt. So we have got lots of little patterns on the inside. So you've got the green going into, it's like a flower, floral type dressing down. And then as she goes up, you've got all of the pattern across on the neck. Again, obviously we now know the legs don't bend on this one. No print on the arms, but you do have, again, a good bit of printing on the back. But her hairpiece is so long, you can see we take that one off. She's got the I'm not so happy face on that one, but the printing just carries on with regards to the leaves and everything on there. But we'll keep her with her happy face. Now, Harry Potter. Mr. Potter himself, the one that gets everything wrong in this way. He goes the wrong way. And obviously this is what the giveaway purchase with this at the time was all about. Now, I think the face print on this does look very, very good, because hopefully, again, it's coming through on the camera, we actually just took his hair off and just focused on all the detail on his face. He has got the Harry Potter scar across the top of his right eye. He's got a broken glass on his left. Then you've got the muck on the forehead, and then you've got the dirt on the cheek. So there is a lot going on with that character with regards to all of the detailing of that. And again, you can see it that way. Then you have got a little bit of dirt across everywhere else. The legs obviously don't bend. Different tone on the arms. They match the secondary strip and the collar compared to obviously the lighter red that goes around the neck. And then he has got like almost like a vest top underneath that. And you can see just onto the sides. I can't remember when he was about to, I can't remember if he had his pajamas on then jumped in the Ford Anglia. I can't remember if that's what's underneath it or not. And then on the back there, you've then just got the more happy smiley face, and again you've got the scar just on there, and then you've got the little creases on the back. And again, if we put the hairpiece on, that is what the hairpiece looks like from the back, and then that is what the hairpiece looks like from the side. So that is the first time seeing all the minifigures together like this, and now paying attention to the different heights just across the back row. Full body, not so tall, and then shorter again, so they all work really, really, really well. So I can now figure out exactly what I'm going to be doing with these minifigures, because I do have a plan of attack for the house. So that is the minifigure segment out the way, and now we'll move on to a size comparison of the buildings. We're at the comparison stage. I just grab the 2 closest units to start with. Now if I come all the way down like so, you will see just the difference with regards to the sizing of this one and this one. There's not much in it. There's not much in it at all. It does look like it is a 16 by 16, but as we've counted, it is obviously a couple of studs more than that. But you can see the height difference. It just keeps going and going and going. And as I now pull it away, you will now just see how much of a kink and a wonk that thing is on. Now, if I was to place you down and then turn it around, it should twist round in its own gap, hopefully. You can see it is actually longer than what it is wider. So I know it's not fully clipped together, but you can see what I mean about just how fat it is, but the wrong way around, which is perfect for me, because if the front door was that way, it would be more of a 32 than it would be a 16. But you can see all the different shapings on here. You can see how it's all zigzagged, and again, it's all zigzagged up, and it is much, much taller than the Doctor Strange. So if you have the Strange, the chimney top will come basically to the goose, or maybe just a little bit taller, and then you've got all of this extra, so you can see just how much taller that is. I think it does look effective, but you can see just down here, the problem you're going to have is you're not going to be connected in by the pins, because you have got this bit just in here. So you would have to build it without this bit in, and this comes in right at the very, very, very start to be able to put the pins in to then connect it into the next modular, because apart from that being an issue, you're then going to have the window that gets in the way, and then from there you're then going to have the roof that gets in the way as well. So what you're going to have to find yourself is something that is much, much smaller, that will connect between the two on the one side if you want to, because you can see just on here you can push them together, but you've got the tiniest of gaps just between the two. But that is what it looks like between the townhouse and of course the Doctor Strange. Right, we'll do a visual comparison now on a 32 by 32 base plate, because I think that just keeps it nice and simple for everybody, and this is something that I would have liked to have seen as well. So if we put this up and plonk this on about there, for example, that is your spacing on the front. That is your spacing on the sides. You can visually see just how much longer it is on there. Not popping it all together to take it back apart again. And you can see just a stud back that way, so you can see what it is with regards to the length. So it is a long thing. Now if I do make an effort for a change and push all of that together, so we are now together and we are flush to the back. As we come through, if you want the actual studs that are left, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 studs to the front, so that is nice and easy. Now with this attached to it, you're gonna have to get this right tipped up, get that underneath with that pushed in, which I'm struggling to do because it is on the actual base plate. You're going to be 32, 33 studs. So it's 33 studs in length for that one, or with this one, as you can clearly see, it's a lot smaller, and the pinhole will pop in, take a stud away. You've got 4 studs from the front on that one, so you've got plenty of space on there. And again, if you were to come all the way over to the edge, so the base is flush but with no overhangs, so exclude the overhangs, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 studs left. So we knew it was just over 16 studs. That's easy and simple enough. So depending on how it is you want to place this one and what it is you want to do with this one, I think you've got quite a bit of ability with this, so you can mix and match it up, but then at the same time you're gonna have to give yourself an extra couple of studs because it's not going to click into everything. As a standalone thing, I think it looked fantastic on the shelf as well. And in case you're wondering how easy it opens, one finger, it's on the hinges on the side, and then that opens up like that. And then if you wanted to, you could potentially have it displayed as a side unit and then just build something up in there. Don't know why you would do that, but you have got the opportunity because obviously they are attached by those 2 hinges up on there. They are very sturdy, and then again, just slide it back round. Pinhole lines in at the bottom, at the top, simple as that. And again, it is one seriously weird shape, but it's fascinating. For whatever reason, if you want to do a Harry Potter multiverse of madness, this is what it would look like in between your alleyway. It makes absolutely no sense, but then at the same time, it does look pretty cool, to be honest. But at least you can see now, if you do have these sets, just how this thing actually does scale. You can see just where that then pings out, so it's pretty cool, just poking just from the side, just behind. Not something I can imagine a lot of people doing, but again, if you wanted to, you have got the opportunity. But this is what I mean now. You can see a little bit better with regards to not being able to get it too close, because the bottom is obviously touching on the one side, and this side, it does touch, it's a little bit closer on this side, but then you've got the hinge on the other side as well. But then if you wanted to, you could just build around it and do whatever it is you wanted to do. But that is what that looks like together. But that is it, and I am done. It's all built and ready to go into wherever I'm going to be placing it. So keep your eyes peeled for the Harry Potter edition of the Disaster Series upload, because that's going to get very emotional very quickly with the amount of stuff that I'm going to have to tweak just to try and get the other bits and pieces fitted in as well. And obviously I've ripped out the alley and I've got to try and get that back in without damaging anything as well. But if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You got to take care and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.